Well, lastly, to go, we're moving on to a last story today. An Abuja-based information and communication technology training institute, New Horizons, has launched a program aimed at removing 1 million Almajiris from the streets and training them as digital technicians across the country. The initiative, titled Tilted from the Streets to Technicians in 90 Days, began today in Abuja with a pilot training of 21 Almajiris. The program is led by New Horizons and its Chief Executive Officer, Tim Akano, who says the institute is committing about 15 million naira to cover training, feeding, clothing, logistics, and work tools. Abuja is serving as a pilot location with plans to expand to Kano, Kaduna, Zamfara, and other states with high Almajiri populations in the country. Organizers say the project is designed to tackle youth vulnerability, unemployment, and insecurity by shifting focus from reactive security spending to long-term human development. As we have seen, the initiative has been welcomed by stakeholders, with beneficiaries describing it as a chance for skills, dignity, and a more secure future. This is a welcome development as well, but I think there's so little that's independent agencies like this or non-governmental organizations can do. We need to begin to look at how can we equip people with the right knowledge to begin to demand for the right treatment from their own government. Because if you have a government that prioritizes going to Hajj compared to education, if you have a government that prioritizes sponsoring marriages, mass marriages for people, and leaving the Almajiris on the street. We saw what Jonathan wanted to do in his era, to move them away from the street, put them into schools, but they kicked against it. Now we're having another organization. In the next 10 years that we're going to be discussing this, I think people need to begin to demand more from the government. Accountability, reforms, innovation, education, prioritizing the needs of the people. And how can we make sure that the huge population that we have in the northern Nigeria is not a source of concern and not a source of insecurity for the country, but a source of progress, that we can look at them and say this is where the manpower is, that is where industries needs to be placed, that is where resources needs to be placed, so that they can have the adequate resources and manpower to ensure that Nigeria is a productive nation and not just regressing. Quickly, what's your take on that?
I mean, looking at this story deeply, it sounds idealistic what this foundation wants to do, but when you sit with it, you begin to think, because this Almajiri issue is not just about poverty. We have to understand that it's about a system that has failed us. We have to understand that it is about neglect. We have to understand that it is about decades of, looking away. So I feel what this foundation is attempting to do is very, very bold, very ambitious, very nice, but it is still uncomfortable somehow, because it's more like we are shifting the, I like responsibility away from the responsibility away from the government. First, okay, let me bring it from the positive light, from where they are coming from. They are shifting that responsibility of, they're shifting the conversation rather from charity. If people want to look at it from the lighter side, they'll say they're shifting the conversation from charity to building capacity, exactly, to empowerment, but training 1 million young people isn't just social work, it's about workforce and planning. I know that we'll come out and say 90 days is short, but I know 90 days we can still use it to train. I mean, whoever is willing to learn, whoever is serious, we can still use 90 days to get hardware supporters. We can still use 90 days to get people that can install one or two, things. We can still use it to train some technicians. So, but I'm talking about that shifting the responsibility of the government. And I'm even looking at, let's not begin to, this is my uncomfortable I used to say my unpopular opinion, but then this is a very uncomfortable opinion here I want to lay here, because it's more, we are scaling this kind of ambitious plan. We require a lot. It will require a lot of discipline. I know many people will applaud them now, but it will require a lot of discipline, and this is where government needs to come in partnership, with them, because we've seen many similar projects fail quietly because nobody is there to carry it along. Nobody is there to take it from the pilot stage to where it is supposed to be. Nobody is there to ensure continuity. So all of these things are brought problems. At the end of the day, it will just become another photo op. And then I'm even fear that it will not deepen cynicism. That is another thing. I'm even scared that at the end of the day, it will not be another, maybe from a greedy point of view because we stand to gain something. But I don't want to talk much about this. I just want to look at the brighter side of this. Let's try to sustain these efforts. These are things the government should come in terms with, and try to support foundations like this that have rethink what the government have not thought of for a while. I think it's a good thing altogether. Let's see where it goes.
Thank you very much. And that's where we have it on the headline reviews this morning. Another look at the top stories that we discussed. Customs sees 3.3 billion naira worth of contraband in Lagos. Benin unveils National Development Vision for 2060. Morocco launches Pan-African Robotic Surgery Training School. ICT Institute targets 1 million Almajiris for digital skills.